Welcome to Orange County Public Schools Virtual Parent Academy. The Parent and Family Engagement Team thanks you for joining us tonight. OCPS Parent and Family Engagement serves as a district-wide initiative to improve student achievement through the support of family and community engagement. Our team focuses on 3 tracks: student achievement, parenting and advocacy, and personal growth and wellness. We are committed to providing families a wide range of information that will empower parents to make informed decisions about their child's educational journey. Our session, entitled Shifting Gears for Success, recognizes that the school year is coming to a close. We understand that families want to know what is a practical approach to keeping students academically engaged in learning so that he or she can be prepared for the 2021 academic year. This session is pre-recorded, however. The chat feature allows you to ask questions throughout this presentation. Two-way communication is a staple of family engagement practices. Tonight, Parent and Family Engagement has partnered with Curriculum and Digital Learning. Curriculum and Digital Learning has created a user-friendly storehouse of information to help you navigate summer learning at a pace that is comfortable for you and your family. Anjanette McGee Kaysen of Florida Diagnostic and Learning Resources Systems will provide some additional tools that may be helpful for your student. We will wrap up with an interview-style session entitled Distance Assistance 101 Mental Health Resources with none other than Mary Bridges, Executive Director of Student Services. At the end of the session tonight, we will provide instructions to enter your family in a giveaway. 5 families will be selected to receive a free summer literacy bundle delivered directly to your home. So let's get started.
Our session's title is Shifting Gears for Success, presented by the Parent and Family Engagement Team, including myself, Stephanie Sahadeo. Viewers, please remember that you may use the chat box to ask any questions. We are here and available to answer any questions that you may have about this presentation. The coronavirus pandemic has forced the closure of nearly all schools across the country. The Department of Education knows that educators and parents are striving to provide a sense of normality while seeking ways to ensure that all students have access to meaningful educational opportunities even under these difficult circumstances. No one wants to have learning come to a halt. Many parents are working from home at the same time of having to facilitate classes with their student or even multiple students. More families are finding the right schedule that works for both the students and the parents. Learning in this new environment is becoming more manageable. Just like in a regular school setting, after the school year subsides, there are summer learning opportunities, such as summer school, summer programs, and summer reading challenges. It is important to keep the learning going, still, even though face-to-face opportunities aren't an option. This year, more than ever, students should continue summer learning so their transition into the next school year will be successful. Summer learning is a great way for students to hone in on their skills in preparation for the next grade level. We at Orange County Public Schools want to provide some resources that will help extend learning over the summer months. Today, I want to show parents how to navigate through the Canvas Parent Portal and introduce you to some helpful resources that can be used for summer learning with elementary students. Let's begin. I want to take a moment to refresh families on how to access the Parent Portal. Canvas is the OCPS adopted learning management system and the hub of the digital classroom. Students use Canvas to check their calendar for upcoming due dates, access course materials, and submit assignments. Canvas is a great tool for parents to use to keep up with their students. Canvas Parent Portal can be used to check students' grades and attendance, update lunch forms, find field trip information, and have access to digital resources for your students. Canvas Parent Portal is a great way to monitor students' grades and assignments to ensure they are staying on track in their classes. Parents don't need to wait for a progress report or report card to see the grades. They can see them right as the teacher is inputting them. This is a great feature for parents to use for upper middle and high school grades to ensure that they are not missing any assignments that need to be turned in and to ensure success of the class. Access to Canvas will be provided through the Parent Launchpad portal. Launchpad Parent Portal accounts are created based on parent-guardian data shared when registration for a child is completed in OCPS. You can use the following directions to access Launchpad, also known as ClassLink, to log into Canvas as an observer. You will first need to register for a Launchpad account, if you have not done so thus far. Once your account is established in Launchpad, you can then get to Canvas by clicking on the Canvas icon. Launchpad is essentially a portal that will control your access to Skyward, Canvas, and other OCPS parent software systems. As an additional software systems are added to Launchpad, additional icons will appear. Step 1. Go to www.parents.classlink.com/OCPS. Select Using Email button to establish your account using the email you have provided to the school, or select Using Phone Number to establish your account using the cell phone number you have provided to the school. Note, if your current email or cell phone number do not allow you to establish a Launchpad account, please contact your school. This means your contact information needs to be updated in Skyward. Step 2. Enter either your email address or phone number on file with the school or your cell phone number on file with the school. Step 3. Retrieve the one-time password from either your email or your cell phone, depending on how you are registered, and enter it to verify. Step 4. Enter your full name and create a password. This is not your user ID, but just the name that appears in Launchpad. To enter your name, enter in the following format: first name, space, middle initial, period, space, and last name. This step completes the registration process, and you should receive a confirmation email. To log into Canvas, click the Canvas Parents icon. You will then be automatically logged into Canvas as an observer of any of the published courses in which your student is enrolled. To learn more about how to utilize Canvas as a parent observer, select the Canvas Parent Help icon. With the school year coming to an end and summer quickly approaching, school administrators, educators, and parents are now starting to think about the summer learning. We want our students to continue to learn and grow during the summer months. In the next few slides, I will share with you some helpful information and resources that parents can utilize during the summer months to allow our students to continue to shift gears to success. I will touch on some information, ideas, and resources for elementary reading, ELA, math, and science. Before I jump into the content, I want to share a little bit on daily routines. It is important for parents and students to continue using a daily weekday routine. Since we are so limited in our local destinations, breaking up the day into chunks of learning time and outdoor time or free time will really help. This is something that should continue in the summer months. Displayed on the screen is a sample daily routine for 3rd through 5th grade, accompanied with a daily agenda. Both of these resources can be found on the distance learning page on the OCPS website. Here are some ideas to help you create a daily schedule. Wake up, get dressed, and have breakfast at a normal time. Decide where everyone can do their work most effectively and without distractions. List the times for learning, exercise, and breaks. For younger children, 20 minutes of class assignments followed by 10 minutes of physical activity might work well. Older children and teens may be able to focus on assignments for longer stretches, taking breaks between subjects. Include your hours as well, so your children know when the workday is done. Schedule the time for nutritious lunches and snacks. Don't forget afternoon breaks as well. Have dinner together as a family and discuss the day. Enjoy more family time in the evenings, playing, reading, watching a movie, or exercising together. Stick with the normal bedtime routines as much as possible during the week to make sure that everyone gets enough sleep. Once you establish a daily routine for summer learning, you can plug in some of the digital resources that Orange County Public Schools has to offer. These resources can be found on the OCPS Digital Resources Parent Information site. This site can be accessed by clicking the hyperlink titled Digital Resources Parent Information Site on the left side of the OCPS Distance Learning webpage. The Digital Resources Parent Information Site has recommended applications for each subject area. These resources are specifically provided to support at-home learning and can be utilized during the summer months to continue learning. The bottom section of this page shows the subject areas categorized by elementary, middle, and high school. From here, you are able to select your subject area for your students. You and your students are able to access all of these resources through Canvas. Now that we know how to access the digital resources through Canvas Parent Portal, let's take a look at some of the resources for the elementary reading, ELA, math, and science. ELA is made up of reading, language arts, and writing. OCPS offers quite a bit of digital resources for the elementary students that can be used over the summer to continue on to learning successes. Here are a few options. Students have access to iReady. iReady is an adaptive assessment and instructional program for math and reading in grades K through 8. Students use iReady in the classroom, at home, and currently with distance learning. iReady is good for students to continue to get exposure and practice of grade level skills. Students can work through iReady up to 40 minutes a week. Learning A through Z. Learning A through Z provides literacy-focused resources for instruction and practice. Parents can go on this site and pull literature from an array of online resources that students can read and focus on reading comprehension strategies. As an idea, parents can pull a different literature packet each week for students to work on based on the students' interests and work with students on fluency and reading comprehension. Beanstack. This app will encourage reading at home. Beanstack enables students to track books, read, and participate in different reading programs to earn virtual badges, tickets for drawings, and prizes. Readers can also post book reviews and keep track of the activities they complete along the way. This is the app with the heart on Launchpad. Beanstack is a fun way to read. Students can read the same books as their friends and review them together, like a book club. Orange County Library System's Virtual Library Card. All students have access to ebooks through the public library system. Ebooks from the public library system can be accessed through the Virtual Library Card found in the Library Research Tools folder on Launchpad. Elementary math is made up of adding, subtracting, multiplication, division, fractions, decimals, shapes, and word problems. With math, we can get creative with continuing to teach elementary students with summer learning. Here are a few resources from the Digital Resources page. iReady and Beanstack, as shown in elementary ELA, can also be used for math skills. Reflex Math is an adaptive and individualized program to help students master basic math facts in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Reflex Math can be used as a review or as a skill builder for elementary students. Full of games, Reflex takes students at every level and helps them quickly gain math fact fluency and confidence. Educators and parents can also monitor progress and celebrate success. Reflex Math can be used during as a lighter way to work on math through online games. Gizmos provide online simulations and lesson materials that support research-based strategies to build deep conceptual understanding in math and science. Parents can use Gizmo lessons as math themes for the week and can use Reflex Math and iReady to track the skills. Elementary science is made up of earth structures, space and time, matter, energy, motion, plants, and interdependence. Like math, in science we can get creative as well with continuing to teach elementary students with summer learning, especially with homemade STEM and STEAM activities. Here are a few resources from the Digital Resources page. Study Island. Study Island helps students master state-specific grade-level academic standards in a fun and engaging manner. Study Island combines rigorous content that is customized to specific state standards in math, reading, writing, science, and social studies with interactive features and games that engage students and reinforce and reward learning achievements. Study Island is another great way for students to practice their skills. This app can be used for all subjects, not just science. Parents can use Study Island as a way for students to compile a summer learning portfolio to track skills and content. BrainPop. BrainPop offers animated curricular content that engages students, supports educators, and bolsters achievement. Beanstack. As you can see, Beanstack is a very versatile resource that can be used across ELA, math, and science. There are many other digital resources on the Digital Resources Parent Information site. However, I just wanted to highlight a few in each category. OCPS uses some great resources for students. Some of the resources are cross-curricular amongst other subjects. Some of the resources, although highlighted for elementary growth, can also be used for middle school and high school. Next up, we will share a great opportunity for summer learning, followed by digital resources OCPS has to offer for middle and high school students. Thank you.
Before we proceed, the Orange County Library System has an important message about securing a library card for summer use and beyond.
An Orange County Library System card gives you access to digital resources right now. Audiobooks, ebooks, movies, music, classes, and more. Get your card today at ocls.info/getyourcard.
Hello, and thank you, Stephanie, for the great information on elementary resources. We appreciate you staying tuned. My name is Megan Sargent, and I will be your middle school and high school facilitator in continuing to learn over the summer. Let's get started on our tour. Earlier, Stephanie showed what a suggested routine looks like for a K-5 learner. Now we will look at the suggested routine for secondary students grades 6 to 12. This sample routine can be accessed on the distance learning page created to support our OCPS families. Feel free to modify these schedules to fit the needs of your family. Let's jump into secondary resources for success. As a reminder, to log into Canvas, click the Canvas Parents icon. You will be automatically logged into Canvas as an observer of any published courses in which your student is enrolled. To learn more about how to utilize Canvas as a parent observer, select the Canvas Parent Help icon. Families, we have heard your questions about how to continue to support your children's academics with distance learning over the summer. OCPS has invested in multiple platforms to support every subject. Today, we will check out 3 of these platforms for language arts, also known as ELA, math, and science to support middle and high school. One ELA platform is Newsela, a fantastic resource to get the flexible, standards-aligned content you'll need to continue learning in ELA, social studies, and science, and support students' well-being with content and lessons designed to develop social-emotional skills even from a distance. When your child logs into Newsela through Launchpad, they will see a selection of continuously updated news articles on health, sports, money, kids, and other great topics. The website will translate to Spanish when you click the word Spanish. Khan Academy is another great platform that allows students to practice at their own pace, first filling in the gaps in their understanding and then accelerating their learning. Created by experts, Khan Academy's library of trusted, standards-aligned practice and lessons covers math K through 12 through early, college, grammar, science, history, AP, SAT, and more. It's all free for learners and teachers. Parents, you can also log into Khan Academy to brush up on your academic skills. This page is an example of a video on understanding ratios. The narrator explains, and the visual shows step-by-step how to solve problems. Gizmos is the world's largest library of interactive online simulations for math and science education in grades 3 to 12. And get this, there are over 400 gizmos aligned to the latest standards to help educators bring powerful, new learning experiences to the classroom. That's right, 400. Look at this example of a science lesson in physical science. Students can easily interact with each lesson. Worksheets are also available to activate student thinking and help them process what they are learning. Can you think of ways you will use these platforms to continue learning at home during the summer? OCPS Digital Learning offers really neat distance assistance opportunities to support social distancing field trips from the comfort of your home. Take a look with me. Virtual field trips are available for your family to explore wondrous places like SeaWorld, the Smithsonian National Zoo, the Georgia Aquarium, and many more. Additionally, the tour goes international to famous places like the Louvre in France, Easter Island, the British Museum, and explores many more historical wonders in the world from your computer or smart device. College tours are available for U.S. colleges such as Florida State University, Go Seminoles, Santa Fe Community College, Harvard, New York University, and more. Journey abroad from your device and check out international colleges such as Oxford in England, Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, University of Melbourne in Australia, and more. As we near the end of our tour, parents, please remember to add volunteer hours to your child's schedule. Some of you may be wondering, how does my child volunteer while social distancing? Great question. Our supportive community partners have shared a list of ideas for volunteering and a list of organizations for virtual volunteering. Let's look at a few. United Way, Lifetime Connections Without Walls, Volunteer Match, Catch a Fire, Upchieve.org, Meals on Wheels, and Feeding America. Families, please remember that volunteer opportunities must be pre-approved by the applicable school designee. If you have questions, call your child's school to get specific community service details. Another great resource is the Bright Futures page on the OCPS website to find the answers to frequently asked questions and to find the amount of hours needed for specific scholarships. We have come to the end of our tour, and I sure had a great time on this journey with you all. In closing, I want to remind families of the OCPS mission. Orange County Public Schools believes in leading students to success with the support and involvement of families and community. That means we cannot create successful students without the continued support of families and parents. Thank you for all you do and your patience in these uncertain times. Keep safe and see you all soon.
Reading is key to our district's mission. For this reason, we'd like to highlight the Superintendent's Summer Reading Challenge. Imagine Your Story is the theme of the Orange County Public Schools Motivational Reading Challenge. The purpose of the challenge is to motivate children to read for pleasure and to ensure students maintain their reading skills over summer vacation.
Imagine your story and take part in our Summer Reading Challenge. The challenge begins in May and ends in August. Use your virtual library card or Destiny Discover to read free ebooks. Just read and log your minutes on Beanstat. Together, we can read 1 million minutes this summer.
Greetings, families! Welcome to Empowered Parents Summer Survival Guide Quick Tips for Grades Kindergarten through 5th. This parent training is presented by Anjanette McGee Kaysen. You will learn quick tips to help enrich your child's learning during the summer. Today's training is a snapshot of our 2-hour face-to-face parent workshop. Florida Diagnostic and Learning Resources System, Florida Inclusion Network Action, is a collaborative network that supports educators and families by providing learning opportunities ranging from prevention to intervention to maximize student achievement. Today we are going to discuss the Florida Standards and Florida's Best Standards, virtual summer learning, math, reading, science, social studies, and STEM, and summer fun family activities. The Florida Standards, College and Career Ready, and the Florida's Best Standards, Benchmarks in Excellence for Student Thinking, are guidelines of what our children are learning and the expectations that they are required to learn for their grade level. Take the time to review the standards of what your child is currently learning and review the standards for the next grade level your child will enter for the new school year. The web page where the Department of Education houses the Florida Standards is CPOMS. It is located on the website www.cpoms.org. The first image on this slide is the CPOMS homepage. You can click on I am a Florida parent to obtain access to the Florida Standards and resources available to help give you a better understanding of the requirements of learning for your child's grade level. The second image is where I clicked on the standards to search for the various subject areas. Once you click on a specific subject area, the standards will be listed for you. Here's an example for kindergarten reading Florida Standards. The standard reads, demonstrate understanding of spoken words, syllables, and sounds, phonemes. The standard then lists what your child should learn and be able to do before they enter the next grade level in that standard. For example, part of the expectations for kindergarten students are that they will be able to recognize and produce rhyming words, count, pronounce, blend, and segment syllables in spoken words. For a complete listing of the Florida Standards, visit the websites www.cpoms.org and www.fldoe.org/standards-review/. You may have already heard that keeping a daily schedule or routine can be beneficial for your child. Making a daily schedule helps to keep the continuity of the expectations for each day. Have your child be a part of the planning of the schedule. Give them choices for their creative time, and always remember to be flexible and easy on yourself and your child. Let's learn about some quick tips for fun ideas for math. Some suggested math activities that you can do over the summer with your child are virtual math games with family and friends online, water balloon or air balloon math games that you can play indoors or outdoors, math facts practice on the sidewalk, and using playing cards. You can play a game of Go Fish. For example, if the face card is an 8, you can ask, do you have any cards in your hand that will add up to 8 or equal to 8 when you subtract, divide, or multiply? Additional math enrichment activities are math hopscotch. Your child can practice math skills by hopping to the even and odd numbers. And math facts. Children can also find patterns in numbers in household items such as buttons, objects, and Lego blocks. It is important for our children to know that a number can be expressed in different ways. For example, you can use Uno cards and math manipulative blocks to represent the number on the card. Children can draw the represented number by using tally marks, a picture, number line, and much more. Let's use our electronic devices for learning activities. There are several great websites, educational games, and apps that you can download on your device, and they will provide academic learning for your child. Right now, we are going to do a family learning activity. You will need to take out a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, or use an electronic device that has a writing app. You will have 15 seconds to do this activity. Please listen carefully to my instructions. I will first ask the question, give you 2 examples, and then start the timer. You can do this activity as an individual or as a family. Are you ready? Here's the question. How many ways can you come up with to express the number 25? Here are my 2 examples. 5 times 5 equals 25. And 20 plus 5 equals 25. I'm going to set the timer. On your mark, get ready, get set, go! Okay, sounds like time is up. I am so proud of all the various ways that you and your family came up with on how to express the number 25. Let's take a look at different ways that I came up with to express 25. Do you have any similar ways like mine? That's great. We want our children to understand that there's more than one way to come up with an answer, how to solve a problem, and express numbers in various ways. This is part of the Florida Standards. I hope you're able to see the connections of having fun with math and understanding the required standards. Thank you for participating in the Math Fun Family Learning activity. You can continue this activity with your family by using different numbers or even using words, such as finding as many synonyms to a word with the same meaning. Quick tips for reading and writing fun. Here we have a 3-2-1 writing strategy. First, ask your child to write 3 things that they liked or discovered about the story. Then have them write 2 things they would like to change or 2 things that were really interesting about the story. Finally, have your child write one question that makes them wish the author would have revealed in the story. This is a fun technique to have your child write a quick review about a book they just read. Your child can watch their favorite movie or show while practicing their reading skills by having them to read the closed caption words on the screen when the sound is turned off. Another idea is to have your child write thoughts in a journal, their dreams and aspirations, or reviews of a book that they just read, and so much more. If you have an opportunity to go outside, your child can practice writing skills by using sidewalk chalk to write positive thoughts so others can be encouraged. It can be a fun way to write cool things that everyone can see as they're walking along. You can even write brain teaser questions that a person could guess the answer to your question as they're walking, and as they're walking further along, you can provide the answer to your brain teaser. Your child can be the guest reader for the day or for the evening. They can dress up as their favorite character in a book, and family members can gather around the sofa, kitchen table, or a special place in the house or outside the house to enjoy the book that your child picked to read. They can even read the story virtually to their family and friends online. Each week, you can take turns to have a different family member to read a book. To make cooking fun and interactive, your child can write out the recipes on a card or on an electronic device. Perhaps you can share what types of food you like or want to explore. Families can have a cooking day by preparing meals virtually and sharing them with their friends and family online. Quick tips on science fun. Here are some fun science ideas for your children to create with items that you may have around the house. Your child can build a bridge with toothpicks, straws, empty toilet paper, and or paper towel rolls. They can make delicious homemade ice cream by hand. Talk with your child and discuss differences between their homemade creation and ice cream purchased from the store. For example, did you examine the taste, the smell, and texture? Were they similar or were they different? Your family can also take virtual field trips online. You can visit places like NASA and Africa, all in the comfort of your home. Your child can become a scientist too. They can create silly putty in 2 simple ingredients, such as cornstarch and dish detergent. You can also inflate a balloon without losing your breath by using baking soda and vinegar. How awesome is that? Your child can learn how to use a natural resource, such as the sun, to create solar s'mores using marshmallows, chocolate, graham crackers, a small cardboard box, foil, and a long stick. Parents, you will probably enjoy some of these experiments even more than your children. To implement academic enrichment, you can have your child discuss or write the outcomes of their science experiments. Quick tips on social studies. You can virtually visit a local and national museum, park, monument, and take a historical field trip. Some fun social studies activities can be making treasure maps of ancient civilization and learning how to make foods from other cultures. There are different ideas that your child can enjoy at home. Your child can have a virtual play date and even a virtual dance party to get them up and moving. If you are interested in obtaining digital resources on how to do all of these fun activities ideas over the summer, please visit www.fiddlersaction.org website. Click on the Parent tab. There you will find a list of websites for academic enrichment games, apps, STEM and STEAM projects, virtual field trips, and much more that I mentioned throughout this presentation. You can reach me, Anjanette McGee Cason, via email, anjanette.mcgee-cason@fiddlersaction.org. Have a wonderful summer.
This next message from Florida Blue, one of our partners in education, is the perfect transition into our last session of the evening on mental health and wellness. Please stay tuned.
Some people say there are many Floridas. But in this moment, we are one. We might not share the same concerns, responsibility, joy, or fear, but we all share the same hope to stay healthy and get through this together. For 75 years, Florida Blues remained committed to the one place we call home.
Welcome to another Distance Assistance 101. Today we're talking about mental health, and I know that's something that all of us are dealing with in one way or another these days as we're all stuck at home. Joining us today, thank you, is Mary Bridges. She is the Executive Director for Student Services at OCPS, which means she's over psychologists, social workers, mental health services, and guidance. Mary, we appreciate you being here.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Thank you. After a month of largely staying at home, many families, including my own and perhaps yours as well, are feeling stir crazy and probably a little bit irritable. What kinds of things should we all be doing to safeguard our mental health?
Yeah, I think that we're all starting, at first we had kind of that adrenaline rush and we were trying to get things done. And now that we're set into it, we're seeing that irritability. We're seeing, the stir craziness, some of that. I think the important thing is to really make sure you keep regular routines. And I think that that's something, hopefully with the kids doing the distance learning, you've gotten your kids into that routine. But the routine, exercising, regular meals, making sure you're getting enough sleep, all of those things will keep your stress level down, will keep your mood a little bit better. So make sure that you're doing those routines. With the kids, again, if they have a set routine so they know when they're supposed to be doing their online work and when they can be doing other things, again, it keeps them to make sure that they get their assignments done. Regular schedules provide a sense of control. Right now, we feel like we don't have any control of our situation. Take what you can control and work with that.
Well, that's really good advice. Awesome. How do you know when those feelings of irritability or being cooped up kind of turn into something more that you might need to seek professional help for?
Yeah, it's hard to determine because for every person it's a little bit different. We're all experiencing ups and downs. We've all had that bad day where we just, have had enough or, it's just something's going on. So I think that, if those feelings aren't going away, if it's becoming consistent, if you're not wanting to get out of bed or if, they're intense, then I think you need to, at that point, think about looking for resources, even if it's just an outlet to talk to a counselor or, to talk to somebody. So there's many agencies out there in the community. Again, Orange County Public Schools can put you in the right direction for who to talk to. But I think that really looking at something that's consistent, just not a bad day. If you start really feeling stressed out all the time, that would be when you want to look for help.
Sure. Okay. That's good. A good rule of thumb to use. If a student was receiving mental health services before this coronavirus situation started, can those continue? How does that working?
Yeah, most of our students either receive assistance from our OCPS district mental health counselors or social workers, or we refer them to outside agencies, which is our SEDNet network. Almost all of our outside agencies are all continuing support, either by telehealth or other means of, telephone conferences. So all of those students, they should be continuing their counseling with that outside counselor. And for inside OCPS, all of our psychologists, social workers, mental health counselors, and school counselors are all still working, just like teachers. And so they can work with that parent to determine the best way to continue those services.
Okay, good. And what resources are out there for families?
Yeah, I think when you're looking at OCPS, I would say that if you had been receiving services or if you need any assistance with mental health, you can reach out to your school counselor, your school safe coordinator, or we have created the OCPS mental health helpline. And this helpline, Monday through Friday, we answer from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's really just somebody answering the phone that can point the parents into the right direction for what resources are out there. Again, there's many community resources that are working. We also can help with resources for food, for shelter, for those type things if families are in need of that. And so if you call that mental health helpline, we can point you in that direction. Or we also, on the distance learning site at OCPS, there is a mental health resources tab. And on that tab, we have a plethora of resources that parents can look through, go through, and determine what's best for them.
Okay, great. I'm going to give that URL. It's distancelearning.ocps.net, and look for the mental health resources tab that's on there.
Mental health helpline phone number, that phone number is 407-317-3694.
Okay,
and that's answered from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay. Just to clarify, though, that is not a crisis hotline. What do families do if they are in crisis at this very moment?
Yeah, that mental health helpline, again, is just a phone, a person that can connect you to resources. I do want to stress, too, that school counselors, safe coordinators, if you're in crisis, you don't want to send something to their email. They may not be looking at the email. They may be not checking their voicemail. So if you're really in a crisis or need help immediately, there's a few different phone numbers you could call. In Orange County and Osceola County, the mobile crisis unit is wonderful. That's where you can dial 211, and 211 will connect you with a counselor that will either do telecounseling or, again, depending on your need, they are still going out to houses if needed, when appropriate. And that can be something that can give you immediate assistance. There's the suicide hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255, and a crisis hotline where you can just text HOME to 741-741. And all of these are immediate responses, so that if anybody in the household, and all of those, they're not just for students, all of those are for anyone in the household.
Okay, that's really good to know. And anybody listening, if you're having an issue, please reach out. Please make sure you reach out to anybody. Call these numbers that we're giving you. Reach out to a friend if you don't feel comfortable. Just reach out to somebody, please. Sadly, Miri, we know also that across the nation, domestic violence and child abuse, unfortunately, are up. What resources are there in Orange County for that?
Yeah, in Orange County, you really, if abuse is taking place, you really do want to call the abuse hotline immediately, which is the Division of Children and Families. If the abuse is a child with a minor, and that phone number is 1-800-96-ABUSE, which is 962-2873, or contact 911. We want our families staying safe, and we want a response to them immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any last thoughts that you have about this issue that you want parents to be aware of? I know it's a thorny issue, right?
Yeah, I think that, again, staying in, this is the first time we've been through this. We've talked about the fact that, our kids are going to remember this, and there's a lot that can stress them out about the unknown. So I think, again, to reiterate, to practice those healthy routines that we talked about, limit exposure to the news programs. You don't need to watch news all day long and hear about everything that's going on. So limit that news to just kind of getting your updates. Focus on what you can control. So again, students can continue with their assignments. They can make sure that they're moving forward with their school. So focus on the things that you can do. Engage in self-care. At our Parent Academy last week, we did a mindfulness presentation, which can be found on that mental health resource page, and just teaching you how to breathe, teaching you how to, do some self-care. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and ask for help when you need it.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes, I think, to remember to do those kinds of things when you feel so caught up in everything. But taking a little bit of time to be able to give yourself a downtime and doing some of these things, these exercises that maybe you've never had to do before, right? So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a lot of parents that, they're finding that one room in the house where they shut the door sometimes and just say, I need my 10 minutes myself.
Yeah.
Make sure you're taking that, because it's hard when you have an entire family in one space. I mean, you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Good. That's a great way to end it. Mary, thanks for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Last thing, I just want to say that May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So you will be seeing a lot of resources, and hopefully we'll get the word out to everybody to be safe and healthy.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Everyone out there who's watching, please stay safe. Please stay healthy and take care of yourself. Thanks, Mary.
We sincerely hope that you found the information and resources helpful as summer approaches and you begin to shift gears for student success. On the screen, you will find important numbers if you need additional information. Please consider staying connected with us by using one of our department's corresponding social media handles. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We promise to keep you engaged. Now it's your chance to enter to win a free summer literacy bundle. Here's the information about our giveaway. All registered families will receive a survey link following this session. After completing the survey, you will be asked to provide information on your child's age, the name of the school they attend, and some additional contact information. If you have missed any portion of this episode, would like to view it in its entirety, or share it with a friend, please know that this session, along with previously recorded sessions, can be viewed later at pfe.ocps.net. Click Parent and Virtual Academy, Previous Sessions for access to a wealth of information. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great rest of the evening.